Imagine having no Bible, no way to read God's Word for yourself. That was the case for an indigenous people group in northern Brazil for centuries, until now.
My name is Carole Swain. I served in Brazil from 1966 to 2008, and then I continued coming back to continue working on the translation.
While other Americans were exploring rock and roll and celebrating the first man on the moon, two missionary men were traveling deep into the Amazon jungle to meet a people group untouched by outsiders and untouched by the gospel.
They had flown over one place where they shot at the plane, and they'd flown over this place where the people were interested and made friendly signs. So they had seen at least one plane, but they hadn't had any contact with outsiders at all.
The missionaries learned to speak the local language and began to create an alphabet for words that had never been written down. Carole arrived a few years later in 1966 and began translating the scriptures in 1973. Facing challenges like malaria-bearing mosquitoes, a 3-week wait for supplies, and a harsh climate on the equator, other missionaries came and went.
I counted 38 people who worked there full time while I was there.
But while others stayed for a while, Carole stayed and stayed and stayed. She never gave up on the task God had put on her heart. Quietly, unassumingly, Carole translated verse after verse, day after day, for 50 years. After 50 years of dedication, Carole finally got to hold her life's work in her hands and deliver the Bibles to the village and the people she spent her entire career serving. Because of God's faithfulness and Carole's perseverance, hundreds of people now have access to God's Word in their heart language. One woman devoted her career, and now an entire people group can know Christ for eternity.